Sign from above, it says don't panic. That you're not alone, you're on one planet.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday.
Hello, Edwin. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You know what? It's not a sunny day today, so I can't really show off about the weather. It's a little rainy, it's a little cloudy, but it feels fresh outside, which is nice. It smells good too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, usually you're bragging about that Cali weather.
I usually, yesterday was a really nice and sunny day. Today is contrast of that, but it's a lot greener than usual, so I can't complain about that. You can see there's a lot more leaves growing in the backyard, so that's always good to see. Dave, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm well. It feels like we might have just got through like the last cold patch in the UK, and it definitely feels like spring. So, yeah, got a smile on my face, and yeah, looking forward to this. And I'm glad Arcadia could get up here and speak with all of the problems Twitter's been having as well.
Yeah, hi everyone. Um, so sorry, like for being late a bit. It's like 6 a.m. here in Bali, and yeah, I didn't sleep all night. We just gotta make sure that everything is right for the mint. But definitely, I'm super excited to have this chat with you guys, and looking forward to it, and like to see what questions you've got.
Yeah, Vic, thanks so much for spending your time with us today. Yeah, Bali, 6 a.m. Yeah, your launch is about to happen. I'm sure there's a lot going on and it's chaotic in your world. But the goal here is just to get some last, details, see if anybody in the community would have any questions, right? And want to learn about your project. That way they feel more confident going into the burn for the OGs or minting a new Arcadian. And I've been super excited about what you guys are making because you've been showing off your skills as a video game creator, and the art for the new Arcadian is super cool and it's unique, right? It's very different than what we're used to seeing. So I definitely want to just make sure that we help the community here know what you guys are working on. And yeah, so Dave, as usual, he's going to help lead the conversation here, and then hopefully we get some questions from the community if they still have any. But otherwise, we just want to give you an opportunity, Vic, to share as much as you can about your project.
Yeah, sure. So again, like super excited to talk with you guys, Dave, Magic Man, and Edwin. And our burning ritual actually starting in 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours from now, and you'll be able to burn an Arcadia OG, which we migrated from Terra to Polygon with the help of OnePlanet, and you are gonna be able to get 1 to 1. So you are burning one Arcadia OG, and you're gonna get one new Arcadian for that. And this burning ritual is gonna last for 48 hours. And yeah, if we're looking right now at the floor, let me have a look at the floor of the Arcadia OGs. So they are right now at 89 MATIC, and the mint price for the new Arcadians is 69 MATIC. So why is this happening is because we're actually giving some thresholds to the people that are burning these OGs. So if you're gonna be burning 3 OGs, you're gonna get okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm already starting with alpha, but this video. We're gonna have a video coming out in like 9 hours. So
Hold on, Vic. Hold on, hold on, hold
oh
on. Before you spill that alpha, I'm gonna I'm
yeah.
gonna hand it over to Dave so he can get us started here because he does his Twitter Spaces his own way before you spill that. So I'll let him take over here.
You've got to build to it, Arcadia. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got to let it slowly rise to that point and let people take away the key information. No, like a couple of quick bits of housekeeping. First of all, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. Any retweets on the ring would be massively appreciated. And Arcadia have got a giveaway going on for how many OGs you think will get burned. So go and answer that at some point during this spaces as well for a chance to win a giveaway. This is Idea to Launchpad by OnePlanet, and we've got Arcadia on today. I like to start these just by getting to know a little bit about you guys behind the project and what brought you into crypto. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your personal background before you got into crypto and kind of what really drove you to build a project once you found crypto and NFTs?
Okay, definitely we'll start with this. So thanks for the question. First of all, about myself, like my real name is Victor. Maybe you guys would have imagined that. And I've been, to be honest, I can consider myself an entrepreneur. Like I've been building different businesses in Web 2 and teams in Web 2. But the moment I found out about NFTs, like everything changed. I dropped all of the businesses I had and just jumped into Web 3 and said that there's so much uh, place for innovation, and that we're actually able to do so many new things that were not explored, and that's why we started building Arcadia. But yeah, and like my journey in crypto, first of all, like the first time I had some bitcoins, let's say, it was I think in 2015. I was playing Counter-Strike and this is a fun story. So I was playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and in there you could have some skins, right? And there was this website called CSGO Lounge, and you could actually sell your in-game skins for Bitcoin on this platform. And in a way, they were like NFTs, but they were not actually NFTs, right? So that was 2015. And after like years, when I realized that was actually happening, it was crazy to see like these items, like these in-game items, became NFTs. So yeah, that's how I got into crypto. And then definitely um I like trading in the beginning, because Arcadia, actually Lunatic Clubhouse, its initial idea was to be a casino, but after that we just realized that okay, like we can do something that will involve more of the community, and will also help the industry grow. So that's why we've been building Arcadia. But yeah, maybe that's for the next question.
Yeah, you know where this is going. You've done these before, Victor. I'm sure. And I mean, the first thing for me is that I could really hear your passion when you started to talk about the potential behind, the technology, NFTs, and crypto. Like your passion for this industry really came across to me, and that's why I kind of like to ask a little bit about people and get their stories. I mean, you're building a theme park, like your own like metaverse land and so much more. The first thing that got me really when I went on your website was that the fact that like the music's being played straight away. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how that wraps into everything, or do you want to start with Arcadia? I mean, I'm going to let you take this from here.
Yeah, sure. So when you look at Arcadia, it's so important for everyone to know that everything is made in house. From our music, it's created by BY, our music artist. All art is being drawn by our artist Hexy, and it's everything that you see there is drawn by hand. And actually, everything that we also have Storm here. He's our lead game developer. We have someone that is working on the level designs and everything, right? So every we've got uh, a pretty big team right now, and it's kind of important for all of you to see that everything was actually created from scratch, right? Like We just started everything, building it up from basically nothing. And the idea of a theme park and how it actually started to become a theme park. First of all, it was a clubhouse, right? And then we said, oh man, like Terra crashed. We need to revamp this concept of a clubhouse to something new, because we migrated to Polygon. We wanted to change also the NFTs, and this is what we're actually doing right now. And this concept of the theme park came that me and the surfer, who is the co-founder of Arcadia, we went to a theme park in Madrid. It was Warner Bros. Theme park in Madrid, and then we said, "Oh man, like, how cool would it be if we would be building a theme park in on Web3, right?" And then that's how it started. We had the concept that we want to bridge multiple communities under the same rooftop and making them compete against each other. And we just needed a easier way to communicate this concept. And yeah, that's how we actually starting getting into creating Arcadia.
So, just a quick question about your team. Are you are you all based in Spain, or are you a global team? Like, I mean, I guess if you're in Madrid, that you're Spanish, or in Spain.
No, we are just traveling. We're just traveling. Um, So our team is actually international. This is one thing that I really love about Web3, the interculturality that is being formed. Our team, we have at least one member from each continent, and it's beautiful to see that we're all aligned for the same goal, the same mission, and the same vision, and everyone is working towards that. And yeah, we're having weekly meetings, all of us, to just to build a theme park, right? So yeah, it's beautiful to see how many friendships, first of all, are being formed when you're working with people all around the world, and just to see, and also from the communities, right? To see, like, okay, right now if I'm going to Italy, then I'm gonna have three friends there which I can meet with and talk about everything. And that's what I really like. And also I really enjoy the inclusiveness that Web3 brings, and how can we work all together to for a common goal.
So I've started to meet a few people as well, and it's absolutely like, it's just incredible, like the sort of verification and validation. And I want to come back to, you know, how you want communities to compete with each other within the theme park. Like, that's where I want to come to. But I want to go to Tony and Edwin quickly and just see if there's anything they want to add following your introduction of Arcadia.
Yeah, Dave, I just wanted to jump in and say to Vic, you guys have created an incredible project. Just hats off. All this already been accomplished, and I don't know what all you've been cooking up, but I've seen a few sneak previews, and it's just incredible. I think it's going to be great for the community. I know we talked about that in the space this past Wednesday about bridging, bringing communities together, like bridges for communities. And I think what Arcadia is doing is going to be a tremendous bridge for the entire Polygon ecosystem. And I really think more eyes need to be on your I mean, you guys have, I'm going to do all I can in the next few days, but you guys need more eye. You're doing something incredible. And I know in the purple wave, the momentum, there's a lot of hype for like new projects in the ecosystem, and that's all well and good. But like what you're doing is incredible. I just want to commend you, and you're genuinely good people too. So man, I'm really glad that you're on OnePlanet, that you're in Polygon, and just hats off to all that you guys have done.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, thank you so much for the kind words. Regarding what you wanted to say about, like, we would definitely need to have more eyes on us. So we're so happy to have a community that's actually a visionary, right? Our community, because our product right now is not like the typical product, and I can imagine that right now it's pretty hard to understand what is being built and why are we building this, and where can we get to if we're continue building it in this way, right? And it's not just even if we're gonna mint PFPs now, right? this is not just a PFP project. It's a way for communities to get together under the same rooftop and under the same universe. And it's a community project. This is so important for everyone to know that while we're building, we're already talking with community members from Red Gang, from Hellcats, from Dystopia, that they just want to add things related to what they love about Web3 and their communities and integrate them into Arcadia, right? And that's the I really enjoyed that. We actually grew a lot in the past weeks, and people start to envision and to understand the vision and the mission of what Arcadia is building right now. And that is to actually bring together multiple communities. And yeah, just to create this common universe in this common world, this common, people call it sometimes a metaverse, but we don't really like to call it a metaverse because we've seen how other metaverses were before. But yeah, you got my point. I really believe that our community and who is willing to meet an Arcadian is a visionary, and he can uh, just foresee what's gonna happen in the future, and he's gonna help, he or she is gonna help build that future. And also so important, we might go to that later on, about like it's kind of goes into what Arcadians are doing. But if you own actually an Arcadian, you're gonna be able to shape that future together with us. So yeah.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack, and I'm sure Well, I know you've got a white paper with lots of information on your website, but Edwin, is there anything you want to come in and just ask at the moment to Victor?
So, no questions, but two comments. One is that I've been very surprised that a lot of content creators that are in Polygon have not picked up on what Arcadia is building. I think in general, as a content creator, you want to find projects that give you content to talk about. And Arcadia has been doing that on their own for the past since they came to Polygon, but since January, I feel like it's been a daily consistent thing. Like, here's a sneak peek, here is the next project, here's a video with our gameplay. Like, there's so much to decipher from the content that they are producing that a lot of content can be created for them. And I feel like that I haven't seen many content creators take advantage of that. And then the second comment is, we have been working with Arcadia since Terra days, right? So we'd known them for a year plus, and in Terra they were already building a game, a world, and they had already made a trailer video with some partner projects. At that time, it was Dystopia and Skeleton Punks, and we were super excited in Terra just to see the growth and the innovation that they were bringing to Terra. It was the first time we were seeing anything like that. And right now, they're bringing this completely new world, right? They pivoted from what they were doing over there, and then they scratched and then they built this whole theme park scenario, right? An environment. And so for me, it's been such a good experience to continue to see them pivot and build and find something that they're passionate about, and then seeing their community also become attracted and invested emotionally to the story, right, and the lore and everything that they're building around their park. So anyways, just those two comments that I wanted to make there.
Thank you for the kind words, Edwin. I believe that regarding the content creators, this is still a premium, right? So maybe it's from our end that we didn't showcase as much as we could, but we have a lot that we can show, and we want to show more after our premium as well. And we're here to stay, and we're envisioning to build these products for the long term, right? Because we are looking at more PFP NFT projects besides the ones that are super hype right now, are just gonna come, right? And they're gonna come on Polygon, because we believe that Polygon right now is the future for NFT PFPs. and we're just setting out the foundation of this theme park where multiple people will be able to use their characters as their NFTs as playable characters, and then we're just gonna wait for the new NFTs and PFPs to come, and the ones that are hyped to just join this park where all the blue chips are gonna hang. Regarding the fact that you mentioned, we've been building since like Altera days, and actually we had some discussions with our community members today, and we actually realized that our team never took a day off since the crash and that's quite amazing. That we is the fact that we really believe in what we're building, and we really believe in the vision and in this mission, right, of bridging multiple communities together. And yeah, we just enjoy working on this, and I'm really happy to see that our team is really happy, and they're we're just calling each other at like 4 a.m. Whatever time zone we're at, and we're in, and it's just I really enjoy what we're building, and the team and the community that's being formed right now. So yeah.
No, I mean, let's get into it because you've mentioned it several times, and it's Polygon's all about, the Polygon NFT scene, certainly from my perspective, has always been about, community working together, trying to find the best for what we see as an underappreciated and undervalued chain, certainly in terms of functionality and technology for NFTs anyway. So how are you planning to bring community aspects into the game, and how are you planning to bring different communities together to get involved?
Yeah, so the first thing and what people are looking at is the fact that we are getting them a 3D model which they can play as a character inside the game. So that's the first thing that comes into your mind, right? That you're able to use your NFT inside the game. But what's incredibly important is that besides the fact that you're able to play with that NFT, what Arcadia is building is a common universe and a common lore between all these NFT communities. So there will be like cinematics where a Wrecked Wolf can fight side by side with a Hellcat to get a different flying popcorn that is actually an NFT, right? So this is how we're looking to unify the communities, because that's where we actually started. We saw in the market that there is an incredibly big gap between the NFT communities. And the moment you actually buy an NFT, you're joining just a specific community, you're joining a tribe, and it's really hard for you to engage with other community members. And that's one of the pillars on why we've built Arcadia, to fill this gap between the NFT communities. And at the same time, we are really believe that competition is healthy, and that's why we're actually building these um, skill-based games and these competitive games, because in this way different community members from different NFTs, from different NFT communities, will be able to fight against each other, but we're gonna be able to create tournaments between um, different NFT communities like Hellcats. Um, I'm like Reg Gang and more communities that we didn't announce yet that are soon minting on Polygon. And I don't want to throw so much alpha right now, um, but yeah, you got a vision of the theme park, and the idea is that as an Arcadian, and you are owning a piece of this theme park, and you are somehow getting into, you're able to leverage this theme park to create this experience and to host these tournaments and to engage these multiple communities together. I might go to that later on a bit, to their Arcadian utility, but yeah, they're like working together, all of them. It's a whole ecosystem.
Also, like, for example, I'm just putting two and two together and hopefully not making five or more. But like, if someone was to mint, for example, that would give them the opportunity to get their community involved in some way. Is that kind of where you're leading to?
Yeah, that's one of the utilities of an Arcadian, that you'll be able to create partnerships between NFT communities. So how is this going to play out is that we're gathering this group of blue chip NFT communities that are right now on Polygon. And in the future, we're expecting that these new PFP NFTs will want to come and hang with these other blue chips. And the people that are able to create these partnerships between between Arcadia and the new PFP collections are gonna take a percentage of the fee that the NFT collection has to pay to be part of Arcadia, right? For now, we're letting all these blue chips in for free. That's the model, right? We're letting all these blue chips for free, but in the future, we're gonna ask for a fee to these communities to be part of Arcadia.
Makes a lot of sense, and yeah, I can see how it's gonna fit together for the holders. The other aspect that seems pretty massive in terms of how you're doing this is like the lore. So if you look through the website, if you look at kind of how you've built, and certainly from what Edwin's said to me, like it's a massive part of what you're wanting to do, and how you're wanting to build storylines into not just Arcadia but into these communities that are getting involved. So do you want to talk to us a little bit about Arcadian lore?
Yeah, I've just pinged some utility, but we'll go to that later. So, about the lore, Arcadia has its own lore. It's about this place in time that's between time and space, and where all the communities meet together because it's a place that's locked somehow in time. And about the lore, I'm gonna go into gaming a bit as well, but I'm giving an example. League of Legends. Everybody knows this game. Besides the amazing gameplay that they also have incredible cinematics. And when you're looking at their cinematics, it says, "Oh, like I really want to play some League because these cinematics look so good." But when they're creating these cinematics, they're working on the lore as well. And this is what we're doing as well, but just imagine that the characters in these cinematics will not be normal characters, they'll be NFTs and PFPs, and we're working close with all these communities and all our partners right now to build a storyboards, common storylines, and to see how all of these are gonna get together for a common goal, and to help the vision is that they're gonna help like the whole NFT ecosystem get to the next level, because this is what is actually happening, right until now. Like, you could go and talk with people on Discord or on Twitter about NFTs, but right now we're creating a universe where you'll be able to join with your NFT to chat there. So we believe that the Discord days are gonna be gone, and we're just looking to create experiences for people that will be more immersive than there are right now. We're looking to bring the NFTs as a whole and as an industry to the next level.
So I think adding stories is so important, even if you're, I suppose, offering content on Twitter, educational content, to get people to buy into what you're doing. A story makes so much difference. It adds so much more value to the information and everything else. We're about halfway through this, and there'll be some time for your questions towards the end. There's a couple more things that we want to ask, and we want to give you an opportunity to go into the utility and talk about the mint and the burn, Victor. But before we do that, I want to just throw it to Tony and Edwin again and just see if there's anything they want to add at this point.
Yeah, again, I'm just amazed by all that I've seen, and I have only seen a small part of what you've done. And I think this is going to be huge for the community. I'm looking forward personally to getting involved, guys, with your theme park, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait till it's all released.
So, I've been paying attention to ETH a lot and what's going on there, just because the projects there are a lot older, right? And a lot of them have a lot more money that they can invest into building things. And if we look at what Yuga Labs is doing, creating their games, the first one that they had with their sewer passes, right? And I think it was Dookie Dash. The idea there was very simple, and ultimately a gamer came in and won, right? He got the highest score. And so for me, that was super interesting to watch that transition from a professional gamer actually being interested in NFTs and how Yuga Labs was able to create something that was attractive for him. Obviously, there was a financial incentive for him to be there, but um, with the point of that is that I think Arcadia here, what they're working on is part of that is onboarding gamers as well, right? Creating an environment for them to come in and uh, there's going to be contests, so it can be competitive. They can come in and challenge their friends, and so that's one of the things that I'm super curious about, right? Like how the relationship is going to exist between Arcadia and the gamers, and like what kind of environment will be created for them to stream, right? Is it going to be something that is going to attract viewers, for example, and just how the competition is going to be. But anyways, I just think that looking at what's going on in ETH, we need more projects that are pushing these projects in general, and then combining NFT technology to it to continue to onboard more people, right? Because there is incentives. You just got to figure out how to market them to the people that spend a lot of time online already. And we know that gamers spend all day, especially the professionals, right? That's their job. So, anyways, that's something that I've been thinking a lot about.
Yeah, so it somehow involves gamification of the NFTs, because how we're gonna be able to gamify these NFTs and get together multiple gamers. So this is a pretty wide discussion, let's call it. But I'm just gonna go as with a straight example and say that we already tested this concept with Cupcake Affair. Cupcake Affair was a mini game that actually ended, I believe, 2 days ago, in which we got together multiple NFT communities from Polygon, and all of these NFT communities, all of these members from the NFT communities were able to play the game and give the points to their favorite community. And this created two things. First of all, we had one community leaderboard, and in this community leaderboard, um, you could see communities getting over over the other one, and getting on top, and then another one. All the communities were pushing their community members to play the game for their community, and this created a competitive environment between the communities. And then the second one was the individual leaderboard, where the best players out there would have their scores, and in this way we gave like 400 MATIC worth of prizes to the top 8 players that won the Cupcake Affair. And the competition was amazing. People were talking with each other, okay, like, how do you do this level, how do I collect those cupcakes? And that's why, like, games always bring people together. It's also, what we need to mention is that, okay, maybe you don't like playing games and all that, and there are gonna be ways to earn, and there already are ways to earn from Arcadia, even if you don't enjoy these games. But most of the people do. That's still part of the utility. But again, regarding what you said, Edwin, how we're gonna be able to stream part of these games. Um, First of all, the first how Arcadia works is that it is an open world game. Just imagine World of Warcraft, where you can uh, go around the world, complete quests, and gain different NFTs. But on top of that, you're able to go into specific attractions, because the theme park has attractions. And the first attraction that we're gonna release is actually a first-person shooter game, and if any of you know Quake, that's Quake 3. That's the best reference that you can get for the volcano attraction. It's a fast-paced shooter, and there you're gonna be able to see top and blue chip PFP communities shooting each other. And for example, a first-person shooter game, it's incredibly streamable. Just look at Death Drop, right? Um, the game from Doctor Disrespect. So that's going crazy right now on Twitter, and everybody's talking about that. And it's a first-person shooter game. And why we're actually building this game is because we did a research. I actually wrote my thesis on how will NFTs change the gaming industry, and we did a research on what would be the game that you are looking to play. Like, what's your favorite genre of a game, right? And most of the people said first-person shooter. So that's why we're building a first-person shooter game, because like the community chose to do it. Again, getting back to how do the streamers. Um, we are partnered up with different launch pads and with different businesses right now that are coming up on Web3, which they call themselves Steam for Web3. You know, Steam is a platform on Web2 where you can find multiple types of games and multiple games that are super popular. But right now we're looking to list ourselves on. We're already partnered up with like 5. We didn't announce it yet, and we're gonna put our game there, because in this way we're gonna reach tons of unique players. And here, oh man, so much to talk about it, but okay. So that's how we're gonna go to the market, and that's how we're gonna reach a lot of streamers, right? At the same time, um these people, they might not even know about NFTs, right? They just want to play games, and we're creating this new way of people to go into NFTs and learn about them. Maybe you'll want to play with a Rectulf, right? And you don't know that Rectulf is an NFT, and that it is a community of people that are wrecked or whatever, right? You just like their character, you just like their IP, and you want to buy that skin in game. And you'll actually be buying an NFT, but it will be on a totally different channel. And this is how we're looking to onboard more people from Web2 to Web3 as well. And yeah, I've tapped onto on multiple subjects there, but yeah.
Again, so much to unpack, but like we've got 20 minutes left, and we're not going to get to the important stuff if we don't move on. I just want to quickly say, do you remember 20 years ago everyone turning around and saying, what are you doing wasting your time playing computer games? Like, yeah, it's like we've what have we been doing for the last 2 years, wasting our time with NFTs? Just going to leave that thought there for a moment or two. Arcadia, do you want to talk us through your utilities, and then we'll get into the mint and the burning details, and then hopefully we'll have some time for a few questions at the end.
Yeah, definitely. We just there's so much to talk about. I'm sorry, everyone that would love to hear more. I've got some DMs with some questions. I'll go to that later on. But let's go to the utilities, right? So the first one would be definitely the revenue sharing. If you mint an Arcadian and you own an Arcadian, it's exactly like owning a part of a theme park. In how we're looking to generate revenue to Arcadia is through exactly like any other Web2 game is generating revenue. League again, Valorant again. They're selling in-game skins, but these in-game skins will not have to be normal skins. They'll be able to be partnership type of skins, right? Maybe you'll be able to create a gun that's like the Hellcat gun, and it's gonna shoot milk, whatever. Like, you got a point. These items are gonna be able to be sold as NFTs. People are and everyone that owns an Arcadian is gonna take a fee from these NFTs that are being sold to everyone who wants to use them. So as in-game item. So that's the first thing. And then going more and more through them is the creator economy. And here you are able to create items yourself and to add them into Arcadia. It's so important to look at the growth of creator economy in this ecosystem and this industry, and to see that even on social media, all the power is going right now to the content creators, right? It's so amazing to be a content creator. You can because that's what all the social medias are based on right now content creators. And that's the look at Sandbox right now, look at Decentraland as well, right? They're really leveraging on this creator economy concept, and they're giving the power to the community to create content inside the games. And this is what we're doing as well. We are going to be able to come up with ideas, to come up with 3D assets if you're an artist, if you're a 3D artist, to come up with 2D assets to add to the game, right? And you're gonna be able to put in your art, your work in Arcadia, and people that are gonna want to have those assets inside the game and use them. You're gonna, if you create these items in or this art or this content, you're gonna be able to earn revenue and fees for your services that you're providing for Arcadia, right? Because we're creating just a new channel for creators to express them, to show their art, to show their assets, and instantly to give to the community a way to access them, and a great channel for them to sell their art and their creations in anything that would matter. So again, there's a lot to talk about that as well. In the DAO, we've got a. I'm just gonna give you an example, right? There's this guy called Rect Fehu, and he owns like 20 hot dog rectals, and he's so crazy right now about creating a hot dog stand inside Arcadia where he'll be able to sell hot dogs to people. And we're chatting on, okay, what do these hot dogs do in Arcadia? They'll give you like extra experience, extra health, right? We're gonna be able to do quests together. But all these quests are generating revenue at the same time, to be able to join them and to be able to play them. And he, as a content creator and as a person that came with a quest idea, and because he put his passion into it, he's gonna be able to also earn through that. And this is all because you own an Arcadian. Then it's definitely like the game challenges. You're gonna be able to join different events, and in these events, if you look on the pinned post, it's called the game challenges. And here's an event with a dragon. You're gonna be able to. This is just an example of an event. You're able to join to enter a balloon and shoot this dragon, and the if you're able to complete this mission in a certain amount of time, you're able to earn an NFT that you're later on gonna be able to sell on the secondary market. I said able so many times, but yeah, you are gonna just get items and NFTs because you played different missions inside the game. So that's another way to earn from the game. And yeah, just going through them, airdrops, normal airdrops, you're gonna have a free mint airdrop. People call it free mint airdrops as well, with a cupcake right after the pre-mint. And besides the cupcake, multiple airdrops, which are items and which will be able to be sold on the secondary, will be the airdrop to owners of the Arkadians. And yeah, most of them, besides that, is like the community, and that you're gonna be able to share a space with visionaries, with people that are looking to grow the ecosystem, and also tons of alpha, because we're so close chatting with these top communities, and we'll be the first to know what everyone else is gonna be doing, so we'll be able to adapt as well, and just to create this common universe where people can work together for the best outcome for everyone. So there's so many things to talk about, guys. I'm so sorry. Like, yeah. Um, I think that we should go and touch a bit onto the ritual as well. But guys, you wanna mention something?
I just want to direct people to the thread above, Victor. There's like a overview of everything that you've just said on each of those aspects, and it directs you to the Discord if you want more information about Arkadia as well. You can also go check out the white paper on their website, and there's links to their website on their profile page. But yeah, I think we'll let Edwin decide how much room and how much time we've got for people to come up and ask some questions. If you want to throw some requests in, but yeah, please tell us about the burning and the mint details, Victor.
Yeah. So first of all, why we're doing this burn is to make our holders whole. That everyone that stayed with us, that believed in us in the beginning, in the Terra old days, and migrated their NFTs to Polygon. And we're giving for each of the NFT of the Arcadia OGs that you're burning, you're gonna get an unrevealed Arcadian, and this burning ritual is gonna last for 48 hours. It's gonna start in 8 hours from now, and it's gonna last for 48 hours. And it's also important to we're gonna showcase this in 8 hours. We're gonna drop a video where it shows all the thresholds. If you're burning 3 Arcada OGs, you're gonna get a bonus reward. If you're burning 7, you're gonna get a bonus reward, and if you're burning 15, you're gonna get a custom one of one NFT made just for you by our artist. And okay, I'm gonna say what are the rewards right now, just for everyone here to hear. For the 3 OGs born, you're gonna get a teddy bear backpack. We're gonna showcase it in 8 hours. It's a bonus NFT over those other NFTs that you're gonna get for burning the 3 OGs. Right? So that's a bonus reward. And then for the 7, or if you're burning 7 Arcada OGs, you're gonna get a scooter that you're gonna be able to ride inside the park. And that's like the first mount in Arcadia. And all of these items are NFTs and are tradable on the secondary market, and they're only be able to be obtained at the ritual. So they'll be extremely limited. So yeah, that's one thing. That's the burning ritual. Okay. After the burning ritual, we're gonna have our mint, where you're gonna be able to mint an Arcadian, and this mint has 2 phases. First of all, it has the gold pass phase. Gold pass is the actually the guaranteed whitelist, where you're able to to mint an Arcadian for like 1 hour. It's gonna start March 22nd at 1 p.m. UTC, and it's capped at 310 people. Only 310 people have this gold pass. And then is the fast pass. In this fast pass, it's gonna last for 2 hours after the gold pass, right after the gold pass. And here, the rest of the supply that was not burned or actually minted in the gold pass is gonna be able to be minted here. So on this whitelist we have 2,000 people, at least 2,000 people. So it's a first come first served whitelist, and definitely it's called a fast pass, and you also have to be fast to get an NFT and to mint an Arcadian. Our total supply is 1k, and our price is 69 MATIC. So yeah, I think that's kind of it.
And does the mint open when the burning ritual stops?
There's gonna be a gap of 6 hours between the burning ritual and the minting, where we're gonna showcase some in-game content. We're gonna live stream some demos, some prototypes from our game in our Discord.
So in about 2.5 days, roughly.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you for the information. I'm gonna throw it to Tony first of all, and then Edwin. And I mean, there's so much there though, Victor. Like so much information just in this hour, and I know you've kind of barely scratched the surface of everything you're doing. I hope people found some value in getting some of the more personal aspects out of this. I always find it interesting to try and get that out a little bit as well, because a lot of places just focus on the information, and stories are important. But Tony, is there anything that you wanna add in or ask before we shut this down?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I was wondering, I know you've done a lot of collaboration. I know there's going to be a lot of different communities are going to have um, a spot, like maybe a game or something in your theme park. Will that continue to grow? Like with some newer projects in the ecosystem in the future, be able to collab and maybe have their game in Arcadia as well?
Yeah, so as the whole space grows, we're gonna be able to add new games, new items, and new partner collections. What we're building right now in with this pre-mint, it's that we're laying the foundation of the theme park. We're building an MVP. I always say this, that uh, people call an MVP a minimum viable product, but I like to call it a minimum viable process. And why is that? Is because we're building a process that comes from that starts from A to Z and just validates the concept, the business model, and what we're looking to build. If this process is um, it's created it's roughly created, and definitely a process can always be tweaked, right? But the main pillars of a process are being created, then and it works. Then on top of this process, you're able to add multiple communities, multiple games, and all that. But it's so important to build a foundation, to build it right, so later on it's gonna be super easy for everyone to join and build their own stuff on it, on top of it.
And I was just going to make one comment. I was going to ask Vic if you could do me a favor. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Here's the favor I'm asking. When this is done, you're going to have a very successful the burn this week. When it's completed, will you and your team take a day off, man? You haven't taken one day off since you came over from Terra. Mad respect and props, but I hope you guys can get a little bit of rest. I know this build up. I hope you guys can get maybe a day just to recover this week.
Yeah, the thing is that we love what we're doing, and that's what makes us move forward. We love the space, we love building in it, and we love innovating. So we definitely we don't believe that it's working, but yeah, like it's actually 7 a.m. almost here, and I didn't sleep all night. So yeah, maybe we will take one day off max.
First point of order, Victor, is to go and get some sleep after this, especially if you've got some videos to drop and burn to a burning event. Anyway, it's all really, really exciting, and I fully understand the drive to want to stay in this space, because there's so much happening and so much good that we can do for so many people other than ourselves. I mean, this is kind of it from me. I think, we've got a few minutes left, so I'm going to let Edwin and you close this out with any final comments. Thank you to everyone that's come here. I really enjoy hosting these Idea to Launchpad spaces with OnePlanet and getting to meet incredible builders and new people a bit better. So it's been a pleasure, Victor. Thank you for all of the information you've given, and good luck with the burning event and the launch in a couple of days. Edwin, I'm gonna send it over to you to close us out and ask any final questions.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, as well for your support here. And in general, I feel like we've unpacked a lot of Arcadia, and they are just getting started, right? But I think that the immediate action is focusing on the OG collection, burning them so that you can get one of the new Arcadians and the new art, and then that giving you access to the new world, right? That's going to open up for Arcadia and the theme park. and then after that, the mint, right? If you didn't get to burn an OG, being able to mint. So I think that is the focus on the idea of the launchpad. And then from there, just continuing to pay attention to the evolution and the growth of Arcadia. And as we can see, there's so many different avenues of where the project is going to go with user-generated content and gaming and all of that. So just want to make sure that we focus on that. I know we got one speaker here, so we'll let you ask a question, and then Vic, I'll let you just give us some final actions, some final thoughts on your end. But go ahead, Anthropoids, any comments or questions here?
What's up, everyone? What's good, everyone?
Yeah, what's up? We can hear you. It sounds a little bit
Um,
scratchy though.
yeah. It's my mic.
Okay, go ahead if you have a question or comment.
I just wanted to greet everyone on the space, MATIC man, OnePlanet, and everyone. I just wanted to thank you for everything you've been doing on the space. I really appreciate it. That's just what I wanted to say.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming up and saying those words. Appreciate that, and hopefully you're having a good day on your end. And thanks for supporting us as well. Vic, I'll hand it off to you, man. Any last thoughts on your end?
Yeah, thanks for hopping in the space and saying that, first of all. And there's so much to talk about. Definitely, I would, if you're interested in what we're building and you like what we're building, our DMs are always open. My DMs are always open. I love talking about it. I love answering questions. And if you have some doubts about anything, we're open always for feedback and for improving our product. We just want to make our product as good as possible. Regarding the mint and focusing on the mint, it's just a few words. If you believe that you're an innovator and you want to mint something that's different than anything that was being built right now on Web3, then you should definitely mint an Arkadian. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I can see that, right? When you have an Arcadian, it opens up the opportunity to create a hot dog stand in the metaverse. So that's one way that you've explained it to us so far. But thank you, Vic, MATIC Man, Dave. Appreciate you guys spending the time here with us, and also all the listeners. Thank you for hanging out with us and learning more about Arcadia. We have a lot of the fam here, with Bartosz, Fantastic, Ghost, Paul, Jared, Will, Costi. I mean, there's so many of you guys here. So thank you all for always supporting us and the projects that we're partnering with. So as you heard, Vic, if you have any more questions, if you want to get involved, feel free to DM Arcadia. Also, we are helping them, so we may be able to answer any questions in regard to the burn or the launchpad. So feel free to DM us as well. But with that, it's been a pleasure hanging out with all of you for this last hour, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back next Wednesday with our next Twitter space, thanks again, everyone. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you for hosting, and thanks everyone for listening. So you guys are great, and can't wait to talk more about it. So see you soon. Mint burning ritual 8 hours, mint 2 days. So let's go, let's get it, and let's get this space to the next level. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day.
Sign from above, it says don't panic. That you're not alone, you're on one planet.